Good morning, Connect Summit attendees. My name is Pearl Rosette.
And my name's Casey Anderson. Today we're going to be talking about how being the oldest sibling shaped our leadership skills.
Let's hear it from all the oldest siblings out there. Make some noise. Now, picture this. We're both big sisters in our families.
I have a younger sister, Natalie, and a younger brother, James.
I have a younger brother, Keith, and a younger sister, Charlotte.
The two of us have always felt the call to lead, which started from being the oldest sibling. Whether it was at home, where we took charge to make sure our siblings knew who was boss, in our school, or in our community. This is what brought Pearl and I closer as friends and really cemented our friendship. Because of this, we have now been friends for over 9 years. Oops.
It's safe to say that we have done all the things together. From elementary school to middle school and to high school leadership programs, our dynamic leading has only grown stronger with experience. With time, we have been given more opportunities other than school to apply our leading, especially at RVSLA and most recently ASLIC.
Coming back to the point, Pearl and I always had a sense of connection because of our drive and passion for leadership, which started with our initial role as the oldest child. There's a unique bond that forms over shared experiences, and we have found that we connect specifically with our fellow oldest siblings, or children.
It's like we're speaking the same language. It's not that the middle, youngest, or even only children are wonderful on their own, but the inherent responsibility, roles, and leadership we adopt with younger siblings creates common ground that is relatable and deeply understood amongst us. So we're wondering if you could picture this.
It's 7 a.m. Monday morning. I just had to haul myself out of bed after practically having a wrestling match with my snooze button. The air was filled with the aroma of breakfast drama. As I walked upstairs, I was greeted by the familiar sound of bickering. The battlefield was set. The last bowl of cereal was the holy grail, and the clothes in the closet were up for grabs like treasure in a pirate's chest. Enter me, the slightly groggy older sister, half asleep but already clocking in for my first leadership shift of the day. I suggest they split the cereal and settle the clothing dispute with a game of rock, paper, scissors. They might have rolled their eyes or muttered under their breath, but hey, problem solved, right? It's the small victories that made these early morning wake-up calls and early cereal skirmishes worthwhile. Call it annoying, call it bossy, but I call it leadership in its purest form. These early morning shenanigans installed valuable problem-solving skills which became ingrained in me every day. Over time, they helped me handle challenges more easily, showing how important these little moments are.
Okay, if you thought that last story was something you were going to be in for, listen to this one. Empathy is something that exists in everybody. It is a fundamental aspect to feel, to love, and to care. Although this is a natural instinct, most people find it troubling to exert it to the maximum potential. The reason why we question the potential of empathy in our lives is because it's hard to be empathetic knowing that you have your own set of values. With family, your mindset and connections are so compelling that it's almost impossible not to care. My brother and sister are both active members in society. By this I mean they have friends, acquaintances, or maybe the so-called puppy love. But sometimes they don't always go the way that we hoped. I'm trying to get home from school, and my younger sister Charlotte is now teary-eyed walking off the bus, and she sniffles. Pearl, Gavin, Cleo wouldn't let me play with her at recess again. Now, understandably, lots of people and parents would go two ways about this. One, to reciprocate and to retaliate, or two, telling their kids to walk away. Number one will always be the initial response when someone does something we don't like, but as an older sister who has had more experience than my two younger siblings, I try to use my special problem-solving power. Working with people has always been my specialty, but it does not mean that I suddenly possess all of the knowledge about human nature. Me and my siblings has always had an upbringing filled with love and joy for each other. Working with more diverse groups of people, especially at RVSLA, has given more room to apply empathy, but also to put it at a test. But if you are a person filled with love and support for being there for others and being there for the people that you are with at home, you will succeed at being empathetic. If you decide to follow through with this motto, you would like to be like me and tell Charlotte to walk away.
Moving on, responsibility is a cornerstone of maturity. It shows the accountability and commitment to fulfilling tasks and obligations. And who better to embody this than the older sibling? We tend to act as both leaders and caretakers within our family dynamics. Through modeling this behavior or taking on roles and navigating sibling war matches, the oldest sibling ends up cultivating a sense of duty and reliability.
We are driven by our parents' request, our tendency to lead, and to carry out the order of expectations from birth. Responsibility is what shapes us into who we are and establishes the people we want to become at home or even in the real world.
An example, us, the sibling pack CEO, steps into the chore battlefield armed with a mop and a to-do list longer than mom's grocery receipt.
With a flair for drama and a touch of parental pressure, we take charge, barking orders and making sure that the dishwasher gets loaded with exceptional form. As we divvy up tasks, there's a bit of negotiation that occurs. But fear not, for the oldest siblings, responsibility isn't just about keeping the peace, it's about impairing wisdom, like teaching our younger siblings how to fold a fitted sheet.
Which is impossible. And let's be real, this chore showdown isn't just about clean dishes and tidy rooms. It's about installing core life skills that'll come in handy for our siblings' future. This is just a Sunday afternoon routine because it is normal to us, the responsibility engraved in our bones.
To conclude, being a leader does not always mean to start from scratch, but to work with what you have already, like your family's at home, and flourishing to become a better version of yourself now. Traits like empathy, responsibility, and problem solving are all integrated within us at a young age, often through our interactions with our younger siblings and our homes.
This year in Leadership Academy, one crucial lesson we've learned is that leadership lives within us. And while many of us lead in our schools, it's in our families where some of the most significant leadership opportunities lie, which has helped us realize that our leadership came from being the oldest sibling.
Thank you.